Hello, I've had some questions on this. If you want to play realistically, you probably want to have weeds turned on. But the trouble is, you have to deal with them. Look at all this mess. There's a field of parsnips here, and it has large weeds in there. And the yield bonus is only 62%, and it's fertilized 100%. But weeds really affect your output. So if you have them turned on, you need to learn to deal with it, and that's what we're going to look at. Now, once you have weeds turned on, if you get large weeds like this, these are listed as large, you cannot use a weeder or a hoe. You have to spray them. Okay, then what happens if you spray them and you've forgotten and now they're large? Okay, when you spray them, it's going to kill the weeds. But your yield bonus, you're losing some because when you spray your crop, it's going to damage it also. You spray it into this big, it's going to damage it along with killing the weeds. So it's still better to do it. It's better to do it than not do it, but you're losing some of your crop by doing that. So there's other ways to do it, better ways. Let me show you what those are. Okay, I have a field here with canola in it, and it has medium weeds in it, medium weeds. So let's go to the menu. Let's check out what they have for us. Okay, if you scroll down here to right here where it says yield improvement, under that is going to be weeders. Okay, and click on that. There's two types of weeders. There's a weeder, and they all fall under the weeder category, but there's a weeder like this one, and then there's a hoe. Weeders, straight out weeders, can only be used on small weeds. Okay, small weeds. Remember, our field had medium weeds, and there's various reasons for that. This is a hoe. Hoes can be used on small or medium weeds. So it's usually a better option to have. And this Pottinger Rotocare is one of the best ones anyway because it's 12.4 meters wide, goes 15 miles an hour, and you need only 160 horsepower to pull that. Some of these are really horsepower intensive. Look at this one. That's a weeder, only does small weeds. Now it can be pretty quick, but it's not much quicker than this, and this does medium weeds also, and it costs only $36,000. Here's some mods here if you're doing a smaller farm and you don't have a lot of horsepower. This one's 15 horsepower, 35, 85, so they're out there. But note the difference between medium and small weeds. So what I have here on the back of this is that $36,000 hoe, and I like it. So what I'm going to do, I planted last month in August. So what I'm going to do is go through here and pull some weeds with this gizmo. All right, look at that. And that's removing the weeds. You can see a nice clean little stripe there, and it's going to increase our yield bonus. Okay, it's going to increase our yield bonus. Just kind of, oops. Kind of just show you if I come over here. I'm at 77% here, 92% there. Quite a bit of difference by pulling these weeds. Okay, I didn't mulch this or roll it or anything, but I'm just trying to show you the difference you get from the weeds from 77 to 92. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, something else to note, if you're planting a row type crop, such as potatoes or sugar beets, you have to use a hoe on that anyway. You can't use a regular weeder. It won't work because you always have medium weeds. Okay, so I recommend this particular one there, a hoe, if you can do that, $36,000. And I'll show you another option here in just a minute. All right, I just planted some sunflowers in this field behind me there. So if you don't want to be bothered with weeds later, you can also use herbicide as a preventative measure. So what I'm going to do is hop in my tractor here, and you'll need a sprayer. And I'm going to spray herbicide on this field. Let me take a look at the menu again. We looked at weeders already. Sprayers are right above it. And they got different ones, very small ones you can put on a small tractor, and right on up to these self-propelled things for $420,000. This one I'm using is a little mod actually, and it goes on this tractor, and it's pretty cheap. The sprayer and the tank. So that's if you have a small farm, that's a good option too. So you need herbicide, not liquid fertilizer, and you're going to spray that on your field. Okay. So when you do that, you go to the next month, the weeds will not be there. All right, we're here in our field. The next month I fertilized it, and we are at 95%, and there is no weeds. Now we're not at 100 because I haven't rolled it or anything, but that's pretty good. So we got rid of all the weeds by spraying herbicide right after we planted. You can't wait till the next day. It's going to damage your grass, or your plants, I mean. So you got to spray right after you plant the same month. Now, what does that cost you? Well, it's going to run somewhere around $180, $190 an acre to spray your field. Okay, smaller fields are a little more, irregular size. You get economies of scale on a little bit bigger field, but you're running $180, $190 per acre, just so you know. And that's it on weeds. So you can either use a weeder, a hoe. If it's a row crop like potatoes, you have to use a hoe. Okay, you can use herbicide, but you got to be able to do that right after you plant, the same day. Okay, same day, and then you can use herbicide, and it'll work too. Cost you a little more, but usually as your farm gets bigger, herbicide is quicker because of those large fields. A lot of times you can spray them quicker than you can weed them. But that's up to you. So either way will work. You just got to figure that out on your farm. So that's it on weeds. If you got any questions, hit me up in the comments. Share this with your farming buddies if you like what you saw. I am Farmer Teacher, and I'll see you in the next go-round. Bye-bye.